Wake up.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Married to Film. I'm Ralph and this is Shamanda. And right now we have a movie review for you guys. We just got back from seeing It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, starring Tom Hanks and Matthew Rice. I think that's his name. How you pronounce his last name? It was directed by Marielle Heller. Of course, this movie was based off of a true story. I kind of remember the big deal regarding the article in the magazine that was written some years ago. I vaguely remember it, but it was a more involved story. It was told pretty good. It was about about the writer.
Spoiler.
About the writer. His name was Lloyd Vogel. He was given an assignment to interview Mr. Rogers, for a little 400-word piece on him being an American hero. And the story evolved from there. It started off, and then I'm going to pass it on to Shamanda because I'm talking too much. It started off at the beginning during the show, the Mr. Rogers show, and I liked how they did it. It looked like he was actually looking at it back in the day as far as how the format was and how the camera looked. As far as, because everything is so digital these days, but back then it was a little grainy and everything, and the format didn't fit the whole widescreen, and it was just, I loved it. It just took you back, and I love that about it.
Because if you think about it, back then we didn't have anything other than a 27-inch TV, 32 maybe.
Yeah, at the backs, yeah. Back in the day, yeah.
Maybe a 32.
Yeah.
So the screen back then didn't have to fit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it did. It was a little.
Yeah, I loved it.
Perfect.
I loved it. It was perfect. I thought the story was really good. I thought the directing and the writing, I thought it was really good. But I'm gonna pass it off to Shamanda. Oh, I'm proud of myself. I made it through it without crying. I made it. I almost didn't want to see it because I didn't want to cry in the theater, but I made it. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
This was not a do not cry challenge.
I know.
I told y'all before. I am a big ball of emotions, like laughter, crying, mad, whatever. I'm all that and then some. If there's a movie that's going to evoke any emotion, and if it's supposed to evoke any emotion of any of any kind, I will be that emotion walking out of the movie theater. I cried the entire movie.
I had napkins. I was like this.
He was handing me napkins as if
I got them just for that purpose because I knew.
But I felt like he was like the clown, the handkerchief where it just keep going and going because you just kept handing me handkerchiefs and I kept using them. It was parts of the movie where it triggered something in me. It had nothing to do with anything. It was just like, and I was like, oh my God, I'm crying. It was like I tried to swallow the tear. And it came up like crocodile tears. I took so many nuggets from this movie.
Good point. Yeah.
And everybody was saying that this is the type of person that we need in this day and time. And I'm about to cry now. I'm gonna be quite honest that the idea of this whole movie, the storyline of this whole movie was that Lloyd was supposed to write a story of Mr. Rogers' life, and in return, he made him look at his own life. And instead of 400 words, it became 10,000. Because as a writer, I looked at Ralph and I was like, 400 words, I blogged 296 words and I'm like pooped. 400 words to try to describe someone as big as Mr. Rogers was and is today. There's no way in the world he would have been able to do it in 400 words. But he flipped the script on him, and every interview or every time that he was able to talk with Mr. Fred Rogers, he made him reflect on his own life. And when I say that he was, I'm really trying not to cry.
I know it. It's emotional. I can't believe I did. There was points that I was like, man, this is deep. I could, like, it was almost there, and I was like, I'm suppressing.
His tone. Tom Hanks killed, murdered,
He killed it.
slain this movie.
Yeah.
Everything about it, not just non-facial expressions, not to be just bland or anything, but he showed his emotions only in his eyebrows. His eyebrows would go up and then it would go down, and he smiled the whole entire time. He may not have shown teeth, but he just gave a little. And it was just one point of the story where he paid attention to everyone. He said, the only thing that's important right now, oh my God, I'm about to cry. The only thing that's important right now is that I'm on the phone with Lloyd. The one-on-one type of relationships that we need today to be able to listen to one another without being judgmental, without doing anything else, but to pay attention to that person that you're sitting across from, and nothing else matters.
Man, your crying gonna make me cry.
That thing brought up something in me, because we take this one-on-one for granted. And that's all he wanted to do. He just wanted to reflect on that.
I'll tell you what.
Wait a minute, let me say this. I took a couple of quotes out of it, and I said I'm going to write on that, because that was definitely something that it resonated in me. He said that if it's if it's mentionable, it's manageable. Mentionable, it's manageable. And mentionable, if it's mentionable, it's manageable. So I have to take that, and I'm going to write on that, because I thought that was a good thing. He was, and as his wife described in the movie, the woman who played his wife in the movie, she said that he prayed for everyone by name. And they showed a scene where he was literally praying, had a paper, literally praying for people by name. And I was like, oh my God, so he was an intercessor and we didn't even know it. So he was an intercessor. He interacted with people, took pictures of them so that he could remember them, made a list and prayed for each one that he encountered and prayed for them by name. He made sure he remembered their name. I don't know if we're going to ever come across anyone like that, genuine and so real, to just want to be able to love on the broken. And he said we're not broken. He just said we are who we are. And it was just, I don't know. This was an amazing movie. Kudos to the director. Kudos to the writer. Kudos to the article in which they actually brought it from. I don't know. It was something hero. Can
you say hero or something like that?
It was a remarkable movie. Yeah. I cried. I'm still crying. I'm still, touched by it, and it was awesome. Go ahead.
Yeah, the movie was amazing. It was amazingly awesome. It took you back to that place as a kid before we were tainted. You could just look through it, look through the lens, and see people as people. Not be judgmental and all that kind of thing. Yeah. It was amazing. And it's a touching movie.
If he was supposed to have been a symbol of purity and just, kindness and what we're supposed to do as people, to love one another and to not look at them differently if they have a handicap or if they're a different color, shade, creed, whatever, religion, sexuality, whatever. We're supposed to love on them regardless. This was that type of movie. I loved it.
I loved it. I give it an A+. It was amazingly awesome.
It was for me, it was beyond the scale of what we can rate it for. Because I knew that I was going to cry, but I cried the entire movie.
And like she said, there were so many nuggets, life nuggets.
Forgiveness was number one. Listen. I cried when he said forgiveness. Yep. And that was the first scene of the movie. I'm done.
All right. Yeah, so
Go see the movie.
Go see it. That was our review for it. It was amazing. Let us know what you thought of it, so we can converse in the comment section below.
Let us know, for me, for my sake, for my tear ducts, if you cried the entire movie. Because I thought that my tear ducts was gone. I was like, I'm gonna need surgery.
Also, don't forget to, if you haven't, purchase a copy of Shamanda's book. It's called Nesting for One. The link is in the description box below. She hates to,
I do not advertise anything.
Advertise her own thing. She writes blogs and she has a book. So the links will be in the description box below. We love y'all.
And I'm thinking about doing a podcast so y'all can show, so I can see, or so I can show how crazy really I am. All my personalities.
Right.
I'm just thinking about that.
Yeah. So once again, we love y'all and we'll see y'all next time.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Go see the movie.
Hey, wake up.